someone's house.
Yeah.
And that doesn't exist now in Kearney, and it's sad because like I just like so many unique musical experiences.
We're at someone's house.
For minors.
Yeah.
You know, we're all underage. You know, we couldn't have gone to a bar to see anybody. The garage existed during that time. We couldn't have seen those people play there.
Yeah.
And those people wouldn't have had crowds there because all the people that were going to see them was us.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So it's really unfortunate that doesn't exist. I'm not advocating that someone go do that because there's also a lot of, you know, underage drinking and stuff like that going on. Because nobody could control it because it was just insanity.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I don't condone that, but, you know, and maybe that's why it doesn't happen anymore because it's just, it's a liability or whatever.
Yeah, it's
but
too much to handle.
it's some of the best memories of my life are from shows like that, you know, at least musically, you know, got to meet some super cool people in really intimate settings. And that's what I'm about. Like, screw whether or not the sound guy knows. There is no sound guy. There's no PA.
It's just loud.
It's just loud and someone literally shouting like with a microphone that's like not even probably plugged into anything.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just the best, you know. But that was really what I did up until that point. And then 2013, I kind of went on hiatus.
Took a little break.
Yeah, and then I
Had a
started the
family.
Dogs in 2016, so I took about 3 years off from really playing in any sort of capacity. And in 2016, I started the Lawnmower Dogs with, it was me, Riley Volkmer, Jacob Farlander, and Ryan Main.
What, Jacob?
Yeah, he played bass
That's cool.
and supplied the ass whoopings where they were necessary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was in this situation where I didn't want to have Ryan and Riley were both working for me, and I didn't want to be the boss in the band too. You know, I just felt like that was going to create undue tension. So I was like, Jake, you got to take the lead, man. You know, and he did as much as he could, but it just wasn't really his like style.
Yeah.
So we almost like just gave. It was like I was ready to just be done. And then Cruz came along. I was like, hey, bro, we got asked to play this charity event, Battle of the Bands, Grand Island, that you guys had played the year before as Cruise Control.
Yeah.
And Cruz told me, he's like,
I don't want to talk about it.
yeah, his comment to me was pretty much that. He was like, if we don't win, I'm never playing with you again.
Well, we just decided it's like, fuck Battle of the Bands, man. Like, not because we're just so full of ourselves, but it's like, these guys won? Are you kidding me? But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but so that's kind of, we were like, okay. So that was our first show. And I was like, Cruz, I need a drummer. And he was like, yeah, I'll fill in at least for the one show. I was like, all right. And then we have a bass player. And Riley was playing in a band with Mikey Becerra at the time. And was like, hey, bro, you want to play bass with us? And I had Mikey call me because I didn't know him. So I was told, I was like, well, have him call me so I can like talk to him. Because I didn't want to just hire some dude that I don't know.
Some random guy.
Yeah, you know. And I was like, I should probably meet him, have him come to practice. You know, I was like, but let me just like, first thing, let me just talk to him on the phone and just see what's up. Mikey doesn't know that that's why I had him call me, but that was really it, you know. So Mikey, I love you. But I'm going to tell kind of a weird story about how you came on way too strong. So Mikey called me. And was just like, oh, yeah, you know, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And, like, one of the very first things he said to me was like, hey, did you know we have the same birthday?
Oh, man.
And I was like, oh, yeah, cool, man. You born on March 31st, too? He was like, no, we have the same birthday. We were born on the same day, same year. I'm like, how do you know this?
What the heck?
I was like, cool, man, cool. So, like, you like to play 90s rock and stuff?
Bass?
I was just like, what?
That's hilarious.
And, like,
man.
now that I know Mikey, like, I'm just like, yep. I freaking, like, I love that. I love you, Mikey.
Did he ever tell you how he knew?
I'm sure it's just, like, Facebook or something like that. And it was, like, around that time of year, so it might have been, like, shown, like, when he looked up, if he creeped me, like, that my birthday was coming up or something. I don't know, but, yeah, I was just like, whoa, coming on a little strong, dude. Like, I don't even know you.
So, you play bass?
That's right.
That's awesome.
But, that's, you know, and I joke about it now because I was like, we have a cosmic connection. That's why me and Mikey get along so well, you know. It's like, we're, you know, born to be, because I've never met anybody else really even has my same birthday.
Really?
Other than my uncle. My uncle has the same birthday as me.
That's kind of interesting. I dated a girl that had the same birthday, same year as me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. Her name was Laura.
Interesting.
Luis
How'd that
and
go?
Laura. Didn't work out. She was from out of town.
But yeah, so But then, yeah, to meet someone that was like, you were born the same day, same year. I was like, whoa. Same hospital. What? No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
We were mixed up at birth. He was supposed to be Mikey Kluver, and I was supposed to be Justin Becerra. Because he looks so German, and I look so Hispanic.
Mom? That's hilarious. That's awesome.
But yeah, man, and so that's kind of where I'm at now as I'm doing the dogs. And I started Planetary Mindset the next year in 2017 with Bella Hoppins and Seth Dykman. And Seth...
R.I.P. that trio. That was a really good trio.
Well, Seth was just so good.
Seth
He
was
was
the man.
Everything.
Seth Dykman, if you're listening, you're the man.
You're the man, baby. You're the baby man.
The musical man.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun playing with Seth on that level. You know, we still play. You're playing bass with us. You know, Adam Echelon's playing guitar. We're now a 4-piece. I guess I would say I write most of the music, or at least like develop a lot of the ideas, and then we kind of hash them out as a band or whatever. It's very open form.
I definitely have a lot of liberty. Yeah.
It's very open source, type. This is the main idea, and we're gonna go until this doesn't feel like it's the thing anymore.
But in a different way than like Cruise Control.
Yeah, it's not like a jam band.
But it's kind of in a different way, but also same but different.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities in that. I think that I'm a little bit more controlling about what and when.
And I think the liberties we take aren't as much as like we're going too crazy like with the melodies or anything like leads or anything. It's more of like here's a lot of dynamic changes. Here's a lot of
textures.
Yes, exactly. So it's jamming, but in a different way.
Yeah, and it's like
almost like trance music.
Not only dynamics like loud, soft, but dynamics like thick and thin textures, right? Like how many notes are being played at once, So I really enjoy that band, also because I get to play drums in it. That's my main instrument. I always get suckered into playing guitar because I'm a singer. And so I don't want to sing and drum. And so everyone's like, "Let's play guitar." I'm like, "Okay." So I've had to like kind of learn how to not suck at guitar so that I can sing and not look like an idiot. But so yeah, I mean, the Dogs, we do 90s. If you don't know us, check us out. I do my own solo acoustic stuff where I do some folk covers and I do my own music that I write, my own original, like kind of, I would say it's like folk or Americana, whatever you want to call it. I don't like putting labels on genres, but that's kind of what it is. And then Planetary Mindset, we don't play much, but when we do play, it's a heck of a lot of fun, and we should do it more often. But
for sure, man.
It's hard to justify doing it when you don't ever get paid.
That's true. Yeah, especially with the original bands.
Especially when you're playing in a band that you do get paid in frequently, So.
We both have 2 other like main bands. So it's hard to do something on the side. It's both of like our side projects.
Yeah. Well, everybody in that band, it's their side project.
Yeah.
Including Bella, who really isn't in another band, but she's
solo person.
doing, solo piano playing for tips and crap like that. Which, I mean, it's totally cool. Like, I'm not derating that at all, but, that's, and teaching lessons. Yeah, she's busy, and, she's getting married soon and all that stuff. So it's like, I totally get it, But yeah, and that's the downside too, is like with that type of music where it is so improvisatory, I think you need more practice for that kind of music. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just wanking off on stage while everybody watches. It's just like, that's not what I'm going for. So, but yeah, man, I mean, that kind of gets you caught up to speed where I'm at. So that's my life in however many minutes.
Out of all of those, I know they're all like very different genres and everything, but there's a lot of different instruments that you play and everything. What do you think is like your voice? I know like your original music is obviously stuff that you write, but do you think like when you play drums and stuff, is that more of what your musical voice actually is, or?
That's a really tough question because I really look at things from a compositional standpoint. So like with Planetary Mindset, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm like, because it's so open, I can't take credit for all the music, but I definitely think I'm guiding where it's going and definitely like supplying the initial like seed of the idea most of the time. So to me, that's kind of my musical voice, is that texture. It's not so much just like what am I producing in my own instrument, but what am I able to produce with the use of my instrument and musical ideas and my musical communication and my body language with other musicians to create, because music is very textural, and I think that in a certain level can be incredibly emotional, and because it doesn't necessarily tie to a specific emotion, right?
Yeah.
And so it's open to interpretation. Someone may feel that something that we're playing is sad, or someone may feel that it's scary, or someone may feel that it's happy, or that it's rejoiceful, or somber, and it's all of those things. It's not tied to a specific emotion, and that's why, especially in Planetary Mindset, I come up with bullshit song titles that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's usually just TV quotes.
Yeah.
And I've done that. So also on Bandcamp, you can find Embrace the Flood, which was my first instrumental solo project that I did in college. And it's all very poorly produced, but I'm proud of the music itself, not so much the performance and the recording. I did it with no equipment and no knowledge when I was a sophomore in college. But I took the time to sit down and do it. And there's some cool ideas. And we play one of the songs off of that album. We play the song "My" that I originally wrote for Vibraphone.
Nice. It's on there?
Yeah, I originally wrote for Vibraphone and drums. And so that's the original recording of that song, is me playing Vibraphone in the percussion studio at UNK and recording a drum set with one condenser microphone.
That's cool.
And doing multiple layers of that drum set and a tambourine, like a headed tambourine played with a mallet, and we play that song in Planetary Mindset. It's a totally different version of that song, but the progression and the melody is still the same. And the structure of the song is still exactly the same. It's in the same order, same number of bars, everything. We've just kind of changed the instrumentation a little bit and added some stuff. And there's bass in the original recording too, bass guitar. Okay. Which is that kind of syncopated part that you play like that. Don't, 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 don't. That's in the original recording as well.
Nice.
That was 2011.
Oh, wow.
That's
a while back.
Yeah, a long time ago. It was back in the day, dude. You're not even driving.
Was I?
I don't know. How old are you?
I'll be 24 tomorrow.
However long ago that was. 9 years ago. You wouldn't have been driving, dude. You wouldn't have been driving.
No, I wouldn't, because, when I got my learner's permit, I drove once. I got in trouble, and then I couldn't drive till I was 16.
Yeah. So you weren't even driving when I recorded that album. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy, man.
And you play that song now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that a lot is my musical voice.
That makes a lot of sense.
Is so much the texture and the chord voicings are certain things. That's one thing I try to influence specifically with the keyboard parts. I try to play this chord in this voicing, and stuff so a lot of times I'll write out sheet music for Bella and be like, hey, it's this idea. And she embellishes that idea, but a lot of times it's a specific voice. Because, there's nothing creative about making a chord. Because they all exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a C-sus9 mid-maj, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? But the voicing is what you can get really creative with. You know what I mean? Especially when you're at the extremes. Taking a really tight interval, like a minor second, and spreading it out over 8 octaves. You know what I mean? Yeah. And really getting that out. And you're maybe not quite that extreme, but that kind of idea. And I do that a lot in my guitar playing too. When I write my original music, I'm never playing chords that nobody's ever heard of, but I'm a lot of times playing voicings that people don't recognize. So that, again, I think is
Keep it kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I feel like I have a very specific strumming style because I'm a drummer. But I think when you hear a recording of me playing acoustic guitar and doing that, it's very obvious that it's me playing.
Yeah.
I don't feel that I sound like really anybody else, because there's just certain rhythms that I gravitate to that maybe other people don't. I'm not saying it's because I'm good. It's because I'm a drummer, and it's I'm a two-trick pony. I can play this rhythm and I can play this rhythm.
Which one you want?
Fast or slow. But that's kind of where it's at. So that's
No, that makes a lot of sense.
And I do enjoy writing chamber music and kind of music for more classical ensembles and stuff like that. I love writing for percussion groups, percussion ensembles, and for timpani. I studied composition in college with D'Onofrio last, but man, how am I blanking right now? Oh, at least she'll never hear this to know that I forgot her name. Dr. Darlene Mitchell. Who was the eternal living under the bridge troll. Wonderful, wonderful woman. Love her very much. Got a lot of love for Dr. Mitchell and for Dr. D'Onofrio, because he definitely set my shit straight and put me in the line, But yeah, and so I studied that, and that was really what I wanted to do. Like when I